Hello, beautiful people of Facebook. Excuse me. So, Michele and I, we've been trying to go live for the past, 45 minutes. And she's been trying on her Facebook page. So now I'm doing on my Facebook page. And let's see if it works. For me to bring her in, because she wanted to interview me about Chinese metaphysics. So let's see. Hold tight. Just give me a second. Oh, here we go. Okay, proof. Send request. Okay, let's see if that works. Hey, it's blinking. Oh my God.
Hallelujah. I'm happy to be here.
Okay, Michele, how many times did we try? How many times did we try?
We tried. We made a plan.
Okay. Okay.
We are here today to come and finish what we planned.
Okay, so you take it away.
Yes. So I'm Michele Hon-Tomic. I'm a practitioner for Chinese medicine. I'm located in Switzerland, in the village of Zug. And for the last 2 years, I've been fascinated by the stars, and that's when Melanie popped up in my life. And I think it was meant to be. At that time, she was marketing a course for the 4 Pillars of Destiny, Bazi Astrology, and I joined her masterclass for several months. And I was absolutely blown away by everything that she taught us. It was a fantastic course.
Oh, thank you, Michele. You were one of my top students. Oh, wait. Now, if the other students hear that, no, you're all wonderful students, but no. You were always so inquisitive. Why this and why that? Oh my God, she's asking me another question now. Yes, no, it was wonderful to have you. Thank you so much.
I can be a bit of a tough student at times.
No, that's okay. I can too. So I know.
Yes, it's been a fantastic journey with you together. I've learned so much about my power and what I can do in this life with what I was given. And that's really why I want to interview you today, because I'd like to tell the world what it is that you do. Not a lot of people know what Bazi is, what the Chinese metaphysics are, and how they can use that in their lives. So, Melanie, how did you get into this field of work?
Oh my, so in my last life, for 35 years, I believe, or more, I taught food healing and Chinese dietary therapy. And the 5-element theory was in my DNA because it's based on food healing in traditional Chinese medicine is based on yin and yang, 5 elements, and qi, life force, energy. And in the late 90s, there was the classical feng shui. Feng shui started to become more popular. And so I started looking into it and started studying it. And it just came to me so easily because of my already teaching, because I was a chef instructor nutritionist, and I helped start a school, the Academy of Healing Nutrition in New York City, where we taught people how to become practitioners in 5 elements, food and healing, and traditional Chinese medicine, and especially traditional Chinese dietary therapy, which is very profound because it treats the person. It doesn't just treat the symptoms. And that's so huge. That's such a big difference in traditional Chinese medicine. Why, to me, it is so profound, and I'm always in awe every single day about this ancient wisdom. So then I started studying more, and I started studying with different teachers and different masters, and I ended up going to China, and I was studying. Let's see, we landed. It was like, and I had no time to get over my jet lag, and we went right into a course with Grandmaster Raymond Lowe in Hong Kong, and it was. I had started to get some Bazi readings. Bazi is Chinese astrology. And it means also 4 pillars of destiny because it's based on the year, month, day, and hour you're born. And it is also the opportunities and challenges that you choose to come into life with. Yes, it is the challenges and opportunities. You do choose this. As my son said, I didn't choose you and I didn't choose this. I said, yes, yes, we all do. And anyway, so during lunch break, I had brought my chart up to him and I was asking him about, he looked at this and he writes in Chinese and talk about being in their DNA. This is in their heritage. This is in hundreds, thousands of years that's in their blood. And he goes, no, 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 you're not this, you're this. So my life fell apart because what I had started to do, I started to see the profound effect of a person's health and looking at the Bazi chart. So and I had about 5 different consultations at the time, and more or less they said the same thing. But then he said, no, 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 you're not this, you're this. So basically, this made me go on to study even more deeply. And I started to study with more and more teachers and see the huge relationship between a person's body chart and looking at their health. So I started incorporating that into my nutritional counseling. And actually, I was one of the first people to do this. This was back in the early 20s, I believe. So that's just
Okay.
early
So
19.
a lot of people think the zodiac animals are very mystical and they don't really understand, the difference between Chinese astrology and Western astrology and how the elements interplay. Could you tell us something about that?
Okay, sure. Well, the Chinese astrology, so it's based on the 5 elements. Okay, it's based on wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. It's based on yin and yang, and then it's based on the 12 animals. And as you said, people that are confused about the animals because they think the animals are personalities. No, no, and no. Okay, and that's one thing. The animals are elements. They're based on the stars. Okay, this is based on the stars that affect us. So we look at a person's what we call their day master, and that's it's the element in the day pillar in the heavenly stem, and then everything else in the chart depends upon the person's day master and how it affects the person's day master. So they could be yin wood or yang wood, yin fire, yang fire, yin earth, yang earth, yin metal, yin water, yang water. Now, the animals, inside the animals are the elements. And the elements represent something called 10 gods. Those are influences or archetypes, how those elements inside the animals affect us. So it affects it. We can look at, let's see, our creativity, our output. There's something called herding officer or eating God. Herding officer, they're called the demon. They love to talk and they love to show off. Eating God, they're more like the how do I say, the artist behind the scenes. They're the ones writing the script. The herding officer they're the actors and actresses outside performing the script that the eating God has written. They're the artists and the perfectionists. But sometimes they're much too perfectionist so that they never finish what they are trying to create. Then we have wealth, we have direct wealth, indirect wealth, we have influence, which is called power, status, influence. That's called direct officer, and 7 killings. And then everybody goes, oh my God, 7 killings. So that's another thing people have to like, and this, when I first started studying, I'm like, 7 killings? Does that mean I'm going to be killed? Does that mean I'm going to kill somebody? No, this is ancient, mystical ways that they use to interpret the influences in a person's Bazi chart. And 7 killings actually is basically, think of you as a sergeant out in the battlefield. So it gives you courage to do things other people won't do. So it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just when it becomes too aggressive. So remember, there's always yin and yang to everything. Then we have the resource element, we have our friend and companion element. So another thing that I think, I would say over 90% of the world uh, thinks they're just their year animal. Okay, so they go to the Chinese restaurant, they look down the Chinese, the, the little map there. Oh, I'm a pig, I'm a rabbit, I'm a dog, I'm a tiger. Okay, so that's only 1/100th of what you are. Okay, and then they think it's a personality. So no, um, the year, each pillar represents something different, and the year pillar, the year animal, your pillar represents your outer world, your social media. It represents the company you work for, if you work for a company. It represents your heritage, where you came from, your grandparents' palace, etc. So you actually have four animals: the year, month, day, and hour, which is why it's called four pillars of destiny. And you have a fifth one. Oh, a lot of people don't know that. That's their luck cycle. So that's how time affects us right now. So right now, this is let's see, this is a yin wood snake year, right? So Yisu, and how is the snake year, the Yisu snake year affecting you? So we look at, and we also look at especially your 10-year luck cycle. So that's how time is affecting your cosmic DNA.
So there's a lot of information built into a person's chart, and you possibly need a very good practitioner to be able to interpret that.
Yes. Did I just give too much information? Did I?
No. As a student, I love hearing you talk. But for the average person, I mean, they don't understand the details and the intricacy that's actually built into this information, right? And how this portrays itself in the different realms of their lives, and how they can use this information to get ahead in their lives, or to maybe, if they're facing some difficult times or negative influences, how to work around it.
Very, very true. It's all about timing. So in Chinese metaphysics, we believe three things affect our lives. So there's heaven's luck. Heaven's luck is your Bazi chart. That's the moment you took your first breath, and that then your Bazi chart was formed. The year, month, day, and hour, and the opportunities and challenges that you chose to come in life with. Then there's earth luck. Earth luck is your, where do you live? It's the feng shui of your home, your business, because that chi, okay, and it's also about the environment. That's very, very important. The environment affects the chi of where you live. So that affects all aspects of your life. It affects your wealth, your health, your relationships. And you know what? It's so interesting, because a lot of people, when they hear feng shui, more and more people are becoming fascinated with this subject. They're drawn to it because we're now in something called period 9. And period 9 is it. We officially entered this in February 4th, 2024. And this is about fire chi. It's about the Li trigram associated with fire. And so fire is fast, fire is volatile, fire is changeable. And so a lot of people they want wealth. Where's the money sector? By the way, there's no money sector, okay? Please forgive me for saying this, but that's foo-foo feng shui, okay? Oh my God. So that's more Western feng shui, where they have, like, there's the wealth corner, there's the relationship corner, there's your career corner. No, absolutely not. I follow the classics, and this is so, so important to me, because it's based on the direction. It's based on what's called the sitting and facing direction of your property. You use a lopan. A lopan is the traditional tool that feng shui masters use. You can use your phone, but the phone is not as accurate, which actually you now can download an app that can. But back to something I want to say about the feng shui, because everybody's so concerned with wealth, and rightfully so right now, because we are in a time where we have the greatest transfer of wealth going on. And this is a time when, for lack of better words, the common man can become wealthy. But we have like a 4-year window right now. That's a whole nother topic. We're going to have to discuss that one. We're going to have to do a live on that one. But my point is that another thing to me, even more important in a home, is to create harmony. Is there harmony in your home? Do you feel happy in your home? Or are you fighting? And are there health issues? And is money being drained out of your home? And I can't tell you. And so when you look at a home, when you look at, first of all, the chi mouth, the mouth of chi, so that's where the chi comes in. That's often your front door. But we determine that with a compass reading, and we look at your sitting and facing direction of your property. Then there's your bed. What direction is your head going? Not your feet, your head. What direction are you sitting at your desk? Where's your desk placed? What sector in your home? You look at your stove. So the desk, the bed, the stove, and the chi mouth, which is the door that you come in out of. So that's 5,000 years in 5 minutes, basically.
Yeah. Basically, what I understand is you're saying you come into the world with a specific energy, which is determined by these 4 pillars, and then your environment can affect you, but also astrologically in these 10-year cycles, there's also an influence. So it's about harmonizing your energy to magnify if it's positive, and if there's a negative influence, how to redirect that energy or block it or control it so that it's not causing problems in your life.
That's so true. That's so true, right? And so then that's where man's luck comes in. So we have heaven's luck, earth's luck, and man's luck. Man's luck is your free will. You always have free will. Please remember that, no matter what you're given. And it's also about timing. So doing the right thing at the right place at the right time. What did I say? Let's go live around noon. We almost...
Wrong time, Melanie. It was wrong time.
No, I'm saying that. And also, so there's something called the Tung Shu, the daily Tung Shu, which, by the way, if you go to reddragonconsultinggroup.com, that's my website, and I have a lot of free apps on there. So you can see the daily Tung Shu. You can put in your birth information, get your Bazi chart, not the extensive one, but enough to get you to start to understand, like your day master and animals, etc. Then there's Feng Shui, there's Qigong, etc. Anyways, so
let me ask, what does a consulting session with an individual look like for you?
What do I do? So
if somebody comes to you and they say, this is my situation, I want you to read my chart, what is it that you information that you go through with them? What tools do you give them? How can they employ that then afterwards once they leave your office?
Okay, so first of all, I need their birth date. I need the date and the time. Now, some people do not have the time of birth. I can do a reading. It's totally accurate, but through the reading, sometimes we can figure out the hour, but it's preferable to have the hour. So the year, month, day, and hour you're born, and where you're born. And then once I have that information, we set up a time that I'm available and they're available, look at my calendar, etc. And then I do, most of my readings now are on Zoom. I do have, locally, I have some live readings I'm doing, but now because I do readings all over the world, I do it on Zoom. And then it's an hour and a half reading, and then I look at your chart. So I look at. There's also something called. There's different stars called like harm, destruction, combination, clash. Okay, like a clash. Everybody they hear the word clash. Oh my God, clash! That's like not good. So yes, it can. It can be an opportunity for change. So a clash does not always mean bad. So anyway, so I look at I look at the luck cycle. I look at their day master from the day master. So that's the essence of you. And by the way, it's not just your day master, right? That's in the heavenly stem of the day, but there's also the day pillar, which is actually more the essence of you than that ear animal that everybody looks at the Chinese restaurant and think they are. So I go into the details of that. I, whether it's relationships that they're concerned about or their health, you can look at the Bazi chart and you can tell what organ is being affected. You can tell, and you're going to understand this from the traditional Chinese medicine point of view. You can look at a chart and see, are they more damp? Are they more dry? Or are they more hot? Is it chart
that to be expected, and sometimes you don't understand why a person is having health issues, and it's merely just the stars which are interacting in a certain way.
Michele, that is so true, and that's happened to me. And it was years and years. It was like, what, 10, 15 years ago? So I was having some.
Mel, are you there? Okay. Mel, you need to put your microphone on. Microphone. I can't hear you. Can you press your microphone? I can't hear you. Melanie, microphone.
Okay. I was pressing, sorry. Okay, let's see. Okay, so 15 some years ago, so I was having heart palpitations, right? And so I went to New York City. I worked in Manhattan for 20 years and teaching, etc. So I went to the top heart doctors, and they did all these tests. Oh, you have a heart of a 25-year-old. You're fine, right? So my teacher at the time I was studying my Bazi and Feng Shui with, she said, so palpitations have to do with the fire element. And if the fire is not beneficial to you, okay, if it is too high in your chart, not beneficial, you can start to have heart issues, which, by the way, period 9 right now has to do with the fire chi, the lead trigram. So you're starting to see a lot more heart issues, palpitations, blood issues, eye issues,
logical issues,
anxiety, right? So she said, when the fire leaves, which was in a couple of months, when the year was changing and we were going into more wood and water, your palpitations will leave. Boom. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I look at the energy every day and I regulate my health, and I see I have, on certain days, I have certain symptoms, and then the next day they're gone. It truly has to do with the energy that comes in through the atmosphere and institution and how that mixes together or interacts.
Absolutely. So, I asked them also when I'm interviewing them about the reading, like, what are your main concerns? So, I look at that, but then, so that's how I look at their luck pillars. I look at the timing. I look at it's called the 10 Gas. The 10 Gas, as I said, they're influencing the person's chart. And that's another thing. So you hear these words, oh my God, I have a harm this month. I have a clash this month. So this month is a rooster month. So the rabbit is clashed by the rooster this month. Okay. So, my dear rabbit, you might feel it might be a more challenging month. You have to take care of your health. Another thing that the rabbit and the rooster, it indicates betrayal. So do watch out for that. It also has to do with paperwork. So take care of your paperwork, especially if there are legal issues for this month. This year, the pig is the one being clashed by the snake. So, dear pig, I know you've gone through a lot if you have a pig in your chart. Of course, it depends upon where the pig is in your chart, depending upon what aspect of your life will be affected. because each pillar represents something different. Like your month palace, the month you're born, that's very, very important. So that's your career, your parents' palace. The day, that's your spouse palace. That's your intimate relationships. That's your health and your home. And the hour is your children's palace, and that's your internal well being, your internal self, your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, and the mind. So, a lot of people, that's another thing you're starting to see is a lot more mental issues because of all this fire chi. By the way, get ready. We are going into 2026 and 2027, and that's the Crimson Horse and the Blood Goat years. These are pure pillars of fire next year. The fire horse and then the fire goat.
So definitely would help to know your chart at this point in time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The landscape.
Yes, especially, and also so health and wealth I'm focusing on, because next year the Bazi chart, so like you have a Bazi chart, the year has a Bazi chart. And next year there's no wealth element in the Bazi chart. So that means that wealth will be more challenging, right, for people to make money. There's going to be like lower sales, lower liquidity, lower jobs. Actually, we're already starting to see that influence now, as this month, the metal chi, we're in the metal chi, the prospering chi of metal right now, this month, the Rooster month. And then we go from the metal into the water. So the fire has left, like just for this year. And the fire element is the wealth element of this year inside the snake. But the snake has something called death and emptiness. I think I'm getting for the beginners out there, please forgive me if I'm going way above your head, but just listen now and believe me later.
Yeah, a lot of stress on money, finances, and also people's health and psychological states coming up.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the cosmic trinity, when heaven, earth, and man align, is where the magic happens. Okay, so that's, looking at your chart. Okay, and another thing, it comes down even to the hour. Okay, and that's why I love the Tung Shu, the 10,000 year calendar, because when it's all in red, those are the hours that are the best hours of the day to choose your activities for the day. And I can't tell you, if I choose all black, I've noticed shouldn't have done that one. So they're all just like each day, the day, the month, the year, we have auspicious hours, and that's the 24-hour clock, which I'm sure you know about, of course, in Chinese medicine, which is the animals. So let's see, for me, it's a horse hour right now. And for you, oh, that's funny. Right.
In my chart, so.
Right. So.
Yeah. So it's all about having the right tools. A practitioner can help people to understand themselves better, give them the right tools, and being prepared, so that you know how to handle things, right?
It's navigating. It's navigating the opportunities and challenges. It's the lessons that keep coming to us until we learn them. And, and then it's also about elevating your chi. And the more you elevate your chi, especially right now, that's when the magic can happen to you. And, the world's going through a tough time right now. It's a very challenging time throughout the world and in people's personal lives. So I'm always amazed at the profound wisdom the ancient people had in understanding this. So it's bringing the ancient wisdom into our present world.
But you obviously need somebody who's a professional in this area to be able to help you navigate this.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, it's a Bazi reading and a feng shui audit is very, very important, because like this. Let's see, if you do you have a stairway in the middle of your home, or do you have a toilet in the middle of the home? Because the home is the heart. The home is the chi center. So, where's the most auspicious sectors of your home? Is your home East Life Group or West Life Group? So, yes, and
Yeah.
the more you can align the chi, the energy, right? That is where the magic happens.
Yes. So you can really turn around your luck.
You can turn right. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And that yes.
And do you have a lot of examples of people like that you've consulted with?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I've seen uh, like my one client. So he's in the finance world. He has a finance investment company, and he was so he has a how do I let's see. So his office is on his property, but it's above the garage. So they called me up. It was about 2 years ago, and he contacted me just as they were taking the whole structure down all the way to the bottom and rebuilding it and making the office much bigger and more room for his employees and for the clients to come. So I worked with him and I put him in the right sector. I showed each employee where to sit, and I knew and I also there's a some so where you place the door of the either your home or your especially your business, okay, that's very very crucial because that's where the chi comes in. And so I placed the door in a very specific area, and I knew just because of the sitting and facing direction, and it was something called it's the flying stars. The flying stars, it's like unseen energy, and it's based on the 9 stars. And there's a chart. It's like that. It's like that you put on your floor plan, and that's a whole map as well. So that can tell you a lot about what's going on. Anyway, so I worked with him. His business, I said, you are going to do very well. His business is doing so well now that he's had to hire more people. And he had, by the way, now this man also had a very extreme illness, a very serious illness. So he had bone cancer.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
So was working with him. I'm also did the feng shui of his home. I call him up every I check in with him a couple of months, and he's gotten stem cells, and I placed him in I especially with his bed and where he to place his bed and the direction of his head and what sector to sleep in his home and where to be in his office. He's thriving, and how
yeah, but very serious.
That right. So that fact that he is, I mean, I'm like I call him up every couple months and check in on him, and yeah, I mean, that's just one example that to me is so profound because you know how serious bone cancer is, and not many people thrive, or not many people live with that very long. So that was, I mean, I have many. Uh, Another client, she's in a lawsuit with her sister, and because the her mother just passed away and the father had already passed away like 5 years ago. So now she's unfortunately the other sister is suing both her and her brother, and then I'm telling her different activations to do, and so finally a new judge was put in, and they are now uh, finalizing some details. They've been it's been dragging on for years. So I have so many stories I can tell. Actually, if you go on my just go on my website, and I have all the different.
What is that now?
What?
What is? Where can people contact you?
Oh, reddragonconsultinggroup.com.
Okay.
Also, speaking about Facebook, so you can join my private Facebook page. It's free, and that's called Feng Shui and Chinese Astrology. And I have over 10.6 thousand followers now. Do you know I have not done one bit of advertising? Nothing. I'm like,
you know all of the Feng Shui secrets and Bazi secrets, so.
No, I'm just amazed. Like, it's like, oh, and I started this a couple of years. Actually, I had a friend start it for me because I was a tech dinosaur. I'm much better now. And so I had no clue about, Facebook pages or anything. Anyway, so I've come a long way. I've come a long way. And by the way, on that Facebook group, I post every day. I try to post about the chi of the day. I post about so today is what? It's a yin metal snake, right? So Zin Su, and it's a success day, like you said, as you're introducing in your live video. Thank you so much. And you know what, Michele? In numerology, we're going to bring that in. It's a 999.
I did see that.
Right? It's a ninth month, the ninth day, and the year adds up to a 9. And what's 9? 9 is about completion.
Exactly.
But that's numerology.
Things and new beginnings. Actually, I mean, this month brings with it a lot of turbulent energy and a lot of events. We have 2 eclipses. We have the ghost month, where we say that the realms, the boundaries between the realms become thinner. So what kind of advice can you give us for this month, Mel?
Hold on to your hats. Like you said, it's about endings and beginnings. I think that, so if you imagine it like this, you think of it's the yin wood rooster. So yin wood in the heavenly stem, it is, just think of a beautiful flower, a beautiful flower, a beautiful vine. Now the rooster, like it's, yes, isn't it? Okay, everybody thinks the personality. No, the element of rooster is yin metal. Yin metal is the beautiful shiny jewelry. It's the precious metals, but it's also scissors. It's an acupuncture needle, and it can come and snip that beautiful flower in a second. So that's like an emotional roller coaster this month. It could be betrayal, especially with the rabbit and the rooster. There could be we also have the rooster and the rooster as self-punishment. So be mindful of things you do to yourself, the choices you make that you are harming yourself. That's called self-sabotage, self-punishment. So that's a good question. How do we navigate this tumultuous month? And by the way, every single month this year is a clash. Okay, so a clash is more challenging, it's more upheaval. Another thing is everyone this month is rushing for a little bit of the wealth that is available. So resources are low. So a couple things. Take care of your nervous system. This is very important to find stillness, because as you take care of your nervous system and you calm yourself down, something that I'm doing more and more frequently is I do absolutely nothing. I don't. We're so used to doing something all the time, so we're very, very our society, our lifestyles are very yang, always going, always doing. So calm your nervous system, find stillness. Within stillness, there is clarity.
Okay. But we're not meant to fight what's going on this month.
To fight? Oh. To fight.
I mean, that's what a lot of people, they get triggered or activated. And that's when maybe they're not so mindful and when things tend to go wrong. So you said,
oh, yes, I see what you're saying.
Act and be more with yourself.
Actually, I was just reading a quote. I'm not sure it was Lao Tzu or one of the ancient masters, that the only answer to violence is more violence.
Yes.
And so, and actually, if you see what's really going on, like there's a lot of upheaval all over the world. People are protesting all over the world, because of And you can see this in the Bazi chart, the overall, like the month of the Bazi chart as well. So again, and take care of your health. So take care of your nervous system. The metal chi is also associated with your lung, large intestine, and skin. So especially with lung.
I heard the hexagram for the month is actually retreat as well.
Yes, that's right. Yes. And what does retreat say, Michele? What does retreat say?
Take a step back and you'll have a better view.
Right. So we need. There's times to move forward, and then there's time, right, to retreat, to gather our resources. But I think also, like, so we just went through the blood full moon, right, and the full lunar eclipse. So people who are in Asia, Africa, and Europe, they're the ones that were saw. America, we didn't see it. And then we have we have a solar eclipse coming. So that's what I think it's on the 21st. Oh, that's the equinox too.
Yes, exactly.
So these 2 weeks, it's endings and beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's also being able to look at your life critically and what is it that is not serving me, and be mindful. Especially when you want to, like, okay, it's like the destruction day. When it's over, you say it's over. Be careful about relationships because, okay, I'm done. We're done. It's finished. So be a little more careful when you're choosing to end that, because that cannot serve us. So you have to really look at your life and what is serving you, and what's keeping you from going forward to become the magnificent you. And by the way, you are the divine source of light. Every one of us. It is not out there. It is, okay. You are the creator. You have so much power. They just don't want you to know this. That's one of my messages also. You are such a powerful creator. I'm talking to everybody. And the more you believe that, the more magic you can create. It's a very
beautiful notes to end today on.
I think so. I'm sorry if I got off on all these tangents.
Oh, no, wonderful. We learned a lot about Feng Shui and Bazi, and I think the most important thing is not a lot of people understand it well, and the goal of today was to bring a little bit of more clarity for people, and to see how maybe this can be a tool in their lives to help them redirect their energy, right?
Absolutely. It's a profound tool. Whenever in my life is something's not going right, I come back, I look at my feng shui in my home, I look at my Bazi chart, I look at the timing. That's another thing, is the insight that Bazi can give you. Oh, that's why that's happening. Oh, that's why I feel more emotional today, because I have an emotional harm. Oh, that's why I'm being betrayed for the 10 years I like cycle I'm in. So
it helps.
The insights are very profound. So I go back. So and then I'm very careful about my health. Oh, one other thing this brought me to, one other thing I want to say. So these names, like the ancients created, like the 7 killings, or, oh, you were, okay, sorry, I'm kind of getting like more advanced level Bazi, but there's something called the 12 growth phases, okay? And this is the time that you're born, your chart, of the type of chi that you come in with, okay? So that you can be born at the baby stage, you can be born at the teenager stage, you can be born at the more prospering stage, but you also could be born at the death stage, right? Death stage! No! What does that mean? So actually, it's interesting because your chi may be lower, but because you have to focus more on your health, that actually, by focusing more on your health, that you can that you're, how do I say, that by taking care of your health, you can actually last longer. You can become, what's the word I'm trying to say? That you're.
Well, I think the great example is that you may have somebody with very strong qi who takes high risks and they have a short life. And then you have somebody with a frail qi who really looks after themselves and they may live many, many years.
Very well said, Michele. Exactly. Yeah. So, and actually, it was interesting. Then there's in Chiman Duja is another aspect. So you can be born. Your door of destiny could be the death door. Death door. So it's actually it saves you. It's life that saves you from death. I heard a very profound way. It's also talking about endings and beginnings. That person has to go through constant endings and beginnings in their life to transform themselves.
I have some of that stuff in my chart, and I have to say it scared me a little, but then I embraced my spiritual side, which is the result of all of that death. So
yes,
there's always light in the dark.
I know, and what do they say? When one door closes, another door opens. I'm like, well, when you're going through shit, you don't want to hear that. But it's true. It's very true. Anyway, so all these words like that they use, that the Chinese metaphysics uses and the ancient used, it's when you understand them, and it's how you learn those lessons. You learn those karmic lessons.
Yes, it's good to have a proper consultant who can help you decipher that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I assure you.
And I'm here to guide anyone and help anyone who is interested. So please contact me through direct consultation.
Yeah, that a lot of people will contact you for consultations, and that you'll be able to guide a couple of people to a better result in their lives.
Absolutely, it's very profound. It is such profound wisdom, and I am amazed every day. So, thank you so much, Michele. We did it. You know what?
We had trouble to get started, but we did it.
We didn't give up. Don't give up. That's another lesson. Don't give up. Yes. There's always an answer.
Always
a way.
Thank you so much for this interview that we had today and giving us all of this wonderful information. I think it's a good step forward for all of your new followers and people that want to contact you.
Thank you so much, Michele. And by the way, contact Michele for the best acupuncture experience. She's really wonderful. She's actually, I met her for real in life in New York City, and she helped my son. So I'm eternally grateful to you, Michele. So if you're in Europe, contact Michele.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good evening, Mel.
Much love.
Bye.
Ciao. Bye.